Hey, you just protect our windshields from those home run shots.
You ready? Gentlemen, you ready? You're live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into Swain County High School here on a gorgeous Monday afternoon as we are looking at an old rivalry that just never goes away. It just keeps getting more intense no matter what the sport, no matter what the year or what the season that we're dealing with here in the spring of 2021. Gary Ayers along with Toby Burrell, and the gang is all here. Joe Holt, Taylor Holt, Kent Maxey, and Toby, as I mentioned, this rivalry is outstanding. And, of course, I don't even have to probably say it's Swain versus Murphy, and it's always great. Both teams have a lot to play for today, so we really expect a great baseball game here this afternoon.
Well, we sure do, Gary. It's early in the season for both these squads. Maroon Devils come in at 2-2, and the Bulldogs come in at 2-1. Murphy and Swain both losing to Hayesville, who's atop the Smoky Mountain Conference at 5-0. And then the Maroon Devils on the tail end of the 4-3 game last week with Rosman was a good ball game. We were here for that one, so we're almost set to go here for this one. And the Bulldogs are going to open things up with a lineup of Peyton McCracken in center field, Jesse Kephart at shortstop, Dawson Hensley in left field, Briggs Cornwell at first base, Caleb Allen at third base. Isaac Cole will be your designated hitter. He is hitting for Hunter Curtis, who will be on the mound for the Bulldogs. Joe Swain will be behind the plate, Braden Rumfield in right field, and Will Carringer at second base. Sarah Maroon Devils will counter with Ronnie Griggs on the mound today. Gabe Lillard will lead off for the Devils, play shortstop. Cameron Blankenship bats second in left field. Carson Taylor goes to right field today. He pitched last Tuesday in the Rosman game. Carter Hayes will be back behind the plate. Cooper Hyatt will be in center field. Ronnie Griggs will be on the mound. Bryn Jackson will DH for Lawson Woodard, who's on second base. Will Jenkins will be at third, and Damian Lossy at first. And that's the way we'll start them out, Gary.
And it's going to be, I think, an interesting game, Toby. I think and of course, this is nothing new. If you're a baseball fan, pitching plays such a big role in baseball and in fast pitch softball, as Coach Burrell knows all too well. Pitching is so big. We're looking at, I think, a good matchup here this afternoon. As you mentioned, pitching Ronnie Griggs for the Maroon Devils. He's going to be, I think, a guy that's going to be hard to hit. And, of course, on the other flip side of that coin, Hunter Curtis for the Murphy Bulldogs, a senior with a very impressive 1.75 ERA. So who knows? This may turn out to be a pitcher's duel between two teams that are very capable of putting runs on the board.
Yeah, you're exactly correct, Gary, and it sort of dovetails into what happened last Tuesday with the Tigers, as it was a pitching duel up until about the sixth inning, and the Tigers bumped into a two-run home run and broke open a 1-1 tie to go ahead and ease on through with a win there here at Swain on what was a good game between both teams. Carson Taylor was on the mound that day for the Maroon Devils, pitched 6 1/3 strong innings. So a good outing for Coach Tyler Schuler's bunch with him on the mound. And today they turned to Ronnie Griggs, who came in and cleaned things up on Tuesday for Taylor in the 7th.
So Ronnie very capable, and it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes early. I really think the team that gets to the opposing pitcher here in the first 3 innings could have a huge advantage in this game, and we're going to see how that goes. The field is just looks outstanding. The infield, the outfield, the grass, everything looks in really good shape. And this is a tough outfield to play defensively for the outfielders, because it's a big outfield. You're talking 325 down left field and right field, and then 360 straight away center field, Toby. And as you know, that's a big outfield to cover.
Yeah, it's a long poke to get one out of here, but it's also a lot of ground to cover if you're one of the outfielders. And Maroon Devils are opening with the speedy outfield of Hyatt and Blankenship over here in center and left. He'll look to get the majority of the work today. And so we're ready to start things off with Peyton McCracken, number 16, at the plate for the Bulldogs. He'll be Griggs to deliver. Here's we're underway from Swain High School. First pitch is high, and that'll be ball 1.
McCracken coming in on the season, good bat, 600 batting average, and is a tough guy on the base paths as well. Toby, 3 for 3 in stolen bases.
Looked like an off-speed pitch on the outer half. Got him swinging on that one. So back to even for Griggs in the count here early from Swain High School. Thanks for joining us here on the Maroon Devils Network.
It's going to be a good ball game, as you mentioned. Our Maroon Devils in gray pants, maroon jerseys, Murphy in white pants. There's a base hit right over second base. And, got a little issue out in right field. Ball gets back into second base, but now into second base quickly is going to be Peyton McCracken.
And that's not the way the Maroon Devils wanted to start things, I'm quite certain, to give up an extra base there on the mishandle and right.
That's it.
And now they'll start. The Bulldogs, however, will start with Peyton McCracken on second just the way they want to. And Jesse Kephart, their shortstop, hits now. Long look down at third to get the sign. And let's see if they have a play on here in an effort to move McCracken on over to third and closer to scoring the first run of the ball game.
And Kephart also coming in with a good bat, hitting .500 on the season, and is also a pretty good pitcher with a 1.91 ERA. So some good athletes here on the field.
And Griggs behind in this count, 1 ball, no strikes with the second one on the way. That one's down low. Carter Hayes behind the dish for the Maroon Devils, and he did yeoman's work on Tuesday blocking balls in the dirt, keeping them in front of him. So he's got to go to work here with the Bulldogs leading off second base with McCracken. Sharply hit between left and third and short. And the throw home is going to be in time.
Oh, that was close. That was close. And as Toby, as you mentioned, that was a pretty good throw coming in. That was a very close play.
Yeah, nice job by Cameron Blankenship out there to fire that thing home and almost got the back end tag on that to get the runner there at the plate. But instead, it's 1-0 now Bulldogs.
McCracken, when he came into third base, he never slowed down. He rounded third and was going wide open when he was trying to score.
This will be Dawson Hensley, the left fielder for the Bulldogs. Wide open stance for Hensley. Throw back over to first to keep Kephart honest by Griggs. And now Griggs will go back to work.
Outstanding bats to lead off for Murphy here in the 1-2-3 spots. Hensley also a .500 batting average.
Fouled back. So Griggs will work ahead here. And I did not look ahead at the Bulldogs schedule, so I'm not sure who they've got tomorrow, but I would assume that both teams have games tomorrow. I know the Maroon Devils are slated to be at Andrews with the Wildcats, who are a 3-2 record. So in the back of Coach Tyler Schuler's mind is saving somebody to pitch for that game.
Oh, no doubt. There's a high possible play way over against the fence at first base.
And settling under that is Damian Lossie over there. Nice play by Damian. And the Maroon Devils record their first out of this first inning. So with one down, it'll still be Kephart over at first. And now your batter is Briggs Cornwell, the first baseman for the Dogs.
And as we mentioned, an old radio term, the hits keep on coming. Cornwell hitting .571 for the Dogs here in the early going. And you mentioned the next game up for Murphy. They will be hosting Hiawassee Dam tomorrow.
Good curveball by Griggs across the plate to get ahead. 1 strike here on Cornwell. I don't think Cornwell exactly agreed with the official on the call, but it looked good from our vantage point. And we do have different camera angles for you guys today, and we'll try to get a shot of it so you can see what we're doing. But we got Kent Maxey sitting up on a trailer in left field out there to get that shot that you're enjoying from home. You can see that now. And Griggs back with a 1-1 pitch. There's a shot by third, and that's going to be a single for Cornwell. It goes between Blankenship's legs. Now the runners will advance again. An extra base on the mistake.
So now we got runners on second and third. Murphy up with a 1-0 lead here, Toby. And right now the Maroon Devils just need to settle down defensively here on the top of the first inning.
Yeah, that's the key. There's no easy outs. Caleb Allen up to the plate now, the third baseman for the Bulldogs, and runners on second and third. And let's see what Coach Schuler elects to do. He elects to leave his middle of his infield at shallow depth, not normal depth, but shallow depth. The corners are in. They're going to come home if they get a chance. That one misses just a bit high for Griggs, and he's already in a world of trouble here in the first. Score so far is just 1-0, but the Bulldogs threatening.
Caleb Allen, another big stick, hitting .545. Toby, almost the entire front half of the Murphy lineup hitting over .500. There's a well-hit ball, deep right field, and a great catch out there.
And the tag and the score over there by Kephart on the sac fly. Advancing behind him is Cornwell, so now runner on third, 2 outs.
Well, that was a tough play. Carson Taylor out there in right field kind of got his body turned around, but at the last second just got his body in place, got his glove out there, and made that catch, or that could have been another run scored.
Yeah, it was fortunate because he ended up falling down to make the play.
Yeah, just at the last second made a really good play on the ball.
Designated hitter Isaac Cole at the plate now. Swing and a miss by Cole has Griggs ahead 2-0. And Cornwell takes his lead from third. Talking to the Bulldogs head man, Adam Klontz, over here on third. Griggs has got Cole way out in front of that pitch, so he's got a good 0-2 count here to go to work.
Good off-speed pitch, and for the first time today, we see a Murphy Bulldog batter not hitting .500. Isaac Cole only hitting .444. I say that tongue-in-cheek. There's a foul ball behind the play. No play behind the plate. But .444 is not bad either.
No.
As any baseball fan will tell you.
Still 0-2, sorry.
But this there's another foul ball. And Toby, talking about Murphy, team batting average of .446, which I know that is outstanding. Our Maroon Devils coming in with a team batting average of .333.
Just a tad bit inflated, though, due to the competition that they've played thus far in the year. The Bulldogs with wins over Cherokee and Robbinsville by easy margins.
Oh.
That just missed being another base hit down this line past Will Jenkins, just foul. You could see where it hit the chalk, or on the inside of the chalk, rather.
That was close. But, Coach, you're exactly right. Talking about Murphy's season thus far, they won over Robbinsville with a big score, 20-7. They won over Cherokee with another big score, 15-0. Then last Friday, lost their first game, losing to Hayesville, 10-1.
So the Maroon Devils have played almost the exact same schedule with the addition of Rosman in there to cool their bats off a little bit. That was a big take on a good-looking pitch at 0-2. And so Griggs didn't get the benefit of that call. Let's see if he can work back here and get Cole to end this Bulldog threat here in the first and see if the Maroon Devils can weather the storm just a little bit. Picking a little bit high. So we're back to 2-2. Good crowd on hand here today.
Yes, indeed. Great day for it, too. Just really, really nice weather. A little breeze blowing.
So all the way back comes Cole now to full count at 3-2 with 2 outs in the top half of the first inning. Griggs sets, throws, shot back up the middle, picked by Woodard. Woodard strong throw to first and can't quite get him. Nice play by Lawson Woodard in the hole right there.
Yes.
But Cole beats that one out and drives home another Bulldog run.
Woodard went deep over there behind second base to get a glove on it and prevent that from being a potential double. And you can hear the Bulldogs trying to get revved up and cranked up over there.
And now batting is Joe Swain with 2 outs.
Now there's something wrong with this picture here. How can a guy named Swain play for Murphy? I had to throw that in there, but this rivalry just never goes away.
So now back to 0-2 for Griggs.
Swain, a junior, hitting .250 on the season for the Bulldogs. Oh, boy, they're beating that third baseline to death over here, Coach.
And they are following in lockstep with each other. 0-2 count, rip one down the third base line. So let's see what Griggs and the Maroon Devil staff can come up with here to keep Swain off balance.
And as you know, coaching third base, you got to be on your toes out there, don't you?
Absolutely.
That ball gets down third base line in a hurry. Oh, well hit ball.
Blankenship's back. It's off the wall. It'll stay right in the park. He comes up throwing to third, and that will be a stand-up double for Swain, who narrowly missed a home run out there.
No doubt.
In Kent Maxey's lap.
Yeah, that one I thought was going to hit the metal object that Kent Maxey is sitting on out there, but just bounced off the wall.
Well, you know, full disclosure to our fans at home, we should let them know that that's usually Rod White's dressing room for broadcast. Yeah, but
that's true.
Since Coach White's not working today, we're using it a different way.
Yeah, it's off season for Coach White, and but I'm sure he wants it back when football season cranks up in August.
Tyler Schuler out to the mound to discuss things with the Maroon Devil infield, as it's going to be Braden Rumfelt, the right fielder for the Dogs, up now. 2 down in the inning, so they just need an out. That loud double means nothing if they can get an out right here.
Braden Rumfelt on the season hitting .250, one of the 2 Rumfelt players on this Murphy Bulldog team, and they are outstanding athletes.
That's a call strike, and Griggs again ahead in the count. He's worked ahead in the last 2 hitters, and it's not paid off for him in the end. Poked right up the middle, and line drive right to Lillard, and that's going to do it for the Bulldogs here in the first inning. As they plate 3 runs, our Maroon Devils are coming to bat. And we're back, fans. If you're just tuning in, the Bulldogs scored 3 in the top half of the first inning, and now the Maroon Devils go to work. They're going to lead things off with Gabe Lillard against Bulldog pitcher Hunter Curtis, who'll go at it here in the first. He has pitched the bulk of the Murphy innings thus far this year, I believe.
You're exactly right, Coach, and outstanding pitcher. He's one of their go-to guys, and boy, I tell you what, talking about outstanding, the leadoff hitter here for the Maroon Devils is having an outstanding season, hitting .714. We were talking about all those big averages on the Murphy lineup. None better than this .714 average by Gabe Lillard.
High hopper first play off the third baseman. That's going to be a fair ball. Lillard's on a base hit to third. The third baseman could do not much else with that play. So the first pitch, and Lillard is on, and now it'll be Blankenship batting.
Cameron on the season also hitting the ball, hitting .273, on-base percentage of .385 on the season. Again, we're early in the year. Maroon Devils 2-2, Murphy 2-1.
That pitch just missed a touch outside for Curtis. Blankenship will now work ahead in the count. Lillard is a threat to go. I'm not sure that they'll want to send him down 3-0, but he is a threat, leads the team in stolen bases. Good lead over there by him, fouled off by Blankenship.
Outstanding job talking about running the bases this year. Gabe, 4 for 4, so he is perfect on the season.
1-1 count now to Blankenship from Curtis. Long set for Curtis. Swing and a miss down low. Lillard's going to get a good jump off the pass ball, and he will have second now. And so he is in scoring position for the Maroon Devils. Blankenship down 1-2 in the count.
Maroon Devils trying to answer back to the Murphy Bulldogs 3-run top half of the first inning here. Ooh, HBP.
That one hits Blankenship, so
yes.
Good break for the Maroon Devils.
So Cameron, good base runner in his own right. He is 3 of 4 on stolen base attempts this year, right behind Gabe Lillard. So the Maroon Devils answering back here. First 2 hitters on base.
Carson Taylor now, who's in right field today, and he's the leading RBI man for this Maroon Devils squad.
Yes, he is, having a good season. 7 RBIs on the season. Good bat, hitting .462, and he nails that one deep left field. Way back in a good play.
It was a good play on a well-hit ball, and it's sort of no man's land for Gabe Lillard and Cameron Blankenship in that situation because it's holding up. It looks like it's going to be caught, but yet in range, left field to third, bottled up back there by Hayes. He did
the 3-game week this week.
Yeah, and I don't think I can stress enough what coach is seeing this in the importance. Like I said, you've got to keep your eyes on second.
Yes.
You've got to keep them within range.
Right.
You can't worry about Hayesville right now. The only thing you can worry about is getting to 2 because that's automatically in as well. And then you can worry about trying to catch Hayesville.
That's it.
But you get to 2 and you can sit at 2, you hold your own destiny in being able to get into the playoffs. 3's iffy, 4 is way iffy. So you really need to keep an eye on the second spot. And that means that when you get into these games, if you've got somebody, an ace somewhere sitting, you use them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. And the way this the number 2 spot is so tight right now.
Yep.
Hayesville is in control at 5-0, but right behind him, Murphy is 2-1. Right behind Murphy, Andrews at 3-2. Right behind Andrews, Swain County at 2-2.
And Rosman's in there somewhere because they're going to win over us.
Rosman is 3-3, so they're with Robbinsville at 3-3. So, I mean, there are so many teams right now battling for that number 2 spot.
Yeah, and it's critical.
It is huge.
Welcome our folks on the internet back. We apologize for the difficulties we've had getting back up and going here. We've had some internet connectivity issues, but we got a great ball game going right here. 6-5 Bulldogs. Maroon Devils threatening again. First and second, nobody out. New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs, and Damian Lossy at the plate for the Maroon Devils.
Damian last time reached on an error. And we can already see this gentleman on the mound for the Murphy Bulldogs, Dawson Hensley, throws it hard. He brings it.
Yeah, he's a good-looking pitcher. He's got good form, good delivery, good mechanics in what he's doing. So he's done this before.
He's been there before, no doubt. And again, good speed. And if you have good speed and can keep it in and around the strike zone, you can have success on the mound.
Absolutely. Damian reached on an error in his first at bat on the shortstop's part. There's a foul ball off to the first base side, and count 2-1 now. Check that 2-2 because that first pitch was a strike. I'm almost positive. And so Lossy down in the strike.
No out. Runners on first and second for the Maroon Devils, down by 1 at 6-5.
Top half of the order on deck for the Maroon Devils, and Gabe Lillard and Lillard has walked and singled in this ball game and scored a run back in the first inning. So 3-1 on the scoreboard. I'm pretty sure we're 3-2 is the count. And umpire called time now. He's ready to go. Lossie stands in, full count. Nobody out in the inning so far. And that one's a call strike. I guess I was wrong on the count.
I thought it was.
I could have swore he called the first pitch a strike.
Yeah, so did I. And I think you're right. That's going to be strike 3. So Toby, you were right all along. That was a 3-2 pitch that he took for a strike. So that was strike 3.
That'll bring up Lillard, one of the hottest Maroon Devils so far.
Oh, boy.
One of the reasons he's in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, Gabe is having a really good season. 7-14. That's the highest average.
There's a shot to center field. It's drifting back is McCracken. He's got it. No tag on the play, so nicely done out there by McCracken, but well struck by Lillard. And 2 down with runners on first and second. Cameron Blankenship now your batter. Blankenship is 0 for 1. He reached in the first when he was hit by a pitch and came around to score on a wild pitch. One of the only Maroon Devils to score on a wild pitch, actually, in that first inning.
That was an offensive inning if you're a coach. There were a lot of runs scored that were not earned, so to speak.
Absolutely.
6-5 here, 2 out. But runners at first and second for the Maroon Devils with a 1-0 count.
Swing and a miss by Blankenship, and some pop on that one from Hensley.
Yeah, he's got a good right arm. Cameron having a good season so far. 300 hitter, 3 of 4 on the base paths.
Foul it back. So he's got a 1-2, 0-2 count, I believe is the count.
And unlike Major League Baseball, we try to get these baseballs back in and use them again.
Yeah, you got to.
Yes. I mean, it's money.
Absolutely.
Oh, got him.
So that's going to do it for the Maroon Devils in the bottom half of the third. They get nothing, and we're still 6-5 Bulldogs as they will bring up the heart of their order, 2, 3, and 4, when we're back to open up the 4th inning. Bulldogs shortstop Jesse Kephart will lead off the top half of the 4th here against Swain's Gabe Lillard. Lillard came into the ballgame last inning and retired the 3rd out.
Jesse, and 2 times, Toby grounded to shortstop last time. His first time up, got a base hit and drove in their first run of the ballgame.
So 2-0 count now for Lillard. And Maroon Devils need that shutdown inning we were talking about.
Yes. Pitch just missing low. It's going to be Dawson Hensley on deck for Murphy here in the 4th inning.
Some big bats coming up for the Bulldogs.
Oh, boy. You said it. They have some good bats. Kephart on the season hitting .500. Hensley on deck, hitting .500. Cornwell behind him on the season is hitting .571. Ground ball, well played at second, on down to first.
Woodard to Lossie records that one. And one gone here in the Murphy half of the fourth. It'll be Dawson Hensley to hit. Hensley 0 for 2, both times going to Damian Lossie over on first with outside pitches from Griggs. Let's see how Lillard chooses to pitch him. He uses an open stance. Looks like all the other Bulldog hitters who are very pull-happy to do that.
Oh, big single.
And he just rips it into left field. I think that's what he was wanting to do all along, but got behind to Griggs and ended up having to hit the away curveballs, and he hit them to the first base side. So now Cornwell, who hit a solo homer to deep left center, his last at bat, first time up he singled to left field, so he's dead pull so far in this ball game.
Yes.
Hensley will run for himself over there at first as the pitcher. And curveball by Lillard for a strike to open things up here with Cornwell.
Cornwell has hit the ball well both times, Toby, so got to be careful with his bat.
Absolutely, and again, he falls into that mode of the Bulldogs who've got three hitters basically this way, who are dead pull and want to rip it just like Hensley just did to left field.
We've seen third base just get pounded today. Some, luckily for the Maroon Devils, were foul. But Murphy has really hit the ball hard down the third base side and into left field.
Lillard trying for that outer half of the plate and missed twice, so he's now down in the count 2-1 after opening things up with a nice curveball on the outer half. Cornwell, of course, a good eye. Folks who hit .571 have a good eye.
You said it. Oh, pick out throw to first. But diving back safely over there. Two good athletes, Damian Lossie playing first base for the Maroon Devils and taking his helmet off and shaking off the dust over there was Jesse Kephart. Field is in good shape, though. Surprisingly dry, considering we've had rain this spring.
2-2 count for Lillard. And that's a fly ball. I don't think it's going to stay in play, but.
Nope, that's wow. Carson Taylor made a good effort, but it was over on the other side of the fence. And he's a good athlete, but I'm not sure he can jump that fence.
I don't want to see him try.
No, that would be injury city for anybody that tried.
I don't want to see that at all.
No, not at all.
Cornwell also showing that willingness to go that way if you pitch him away, which if you don't, he rips it over here to this side. Slow curveball. Froze right there by Hayes, but no strike called, and now we're full.
Yeah, full count. One out.
It actually fooled Cornwell, who turned his back to it. He thought it was so far inside, and it broke back right to where Hayes' mitt was. So good frame by him, and now we're 3-2. Dangerous pitch right here.
Oh, foul ball.
That's why. That swing tells you why that's a dangerous pitch.
He went after that one.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's amazing what you can do, especially with these middle bats.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Oh,
got him
nice
looking.
Pitch.
Got him looking.
Nice curveball. Fooled him completely. Big second out right there.
Yes.
For the Maroon Devils. So now Hensley still on first, but now Caleb Allen, the third baseman, will bat. He had a sacrifice fly to left and a ground ball to the shortstop in his previous two at-bats.
So 2 out now with a 6-5 Murphy Bulldog lead here in the top of the fourth.
First pitch, letter high strike by Lillard. Another good fastball, inner half, doesn't pull the trigger for Caleb Allen. On deck is Isaac Cole, who's in the game in left field now. He had an infield single and then popped up to second, his two at-bats. And so Lillard into his second inning of work here. He worked 1/3 of the inning of the third. And now one full inning under his belt, looking to get out of the fourth without any further Bulldogs coming to the plate. Soft liner to second. Woodard's got that gobbled up over to first, and we're done with the top half of the fourth inning. We'll go to the bottom half with the Maroon Devils trailing by 1. And we're back here for the home half of the fourth. And, Gary, you know, Swain County High School making news this week as they hired themselves a women's basketball coach in Josh Griffith. Good hire by the Maroon Devils. Griffith comes to Swain from Cherokee, where he was the assistant varsity coach and head middle school coach last year, and also coached some JVs up there. And before that, he was at Robbinsville. So, Coach Griffith, welcome aboard.
Yes, indeed. He knows the Smoky Mountain Conference. And, you know, watching the Maroon Devil girls basketball team this past season, I think that is just a good bunch of players to work with. You know, I saw a lot of good things from the girls basketball team this year, and I think the future is very bright.
I think so too. And, you know, the other thing about Coach Griffith, he had an outstanding career at Nantahala in his own playing days.
Yeah,
which was not that long ago, to be honest with you. He's a pretty young guy. But they thought enough of him over there to retire his number, and that doesn't come unless you're a heck of a player. So,
no doubt.
Welcome aboard, Coach Griffith. We're glad to have you as part of the Maroon Devil Nation and look forward to great things from you and the Lady Devil basketball program.
Yes, indeed. He scored over 1,000 at Nantahala. That's a very select group. There's a good shot into right center field. Oh, it gets through.
And that's a big break right there. Can he get 3 out of that? They're waving him on. No, they're going to hold him. Probably a good move right there. Taylor with a double out of that off the effort by McCracken in the outfield. Right center field's where that ball went. McCracken, a diving effort.
And that was just a well-hit ball. And you know, we talked about these versatile athletes like Carson Taylor who can play so many sports well. And that's just another example of some really, really good athletes. They're fun to watch.
So now Carter Hayes at the plate. Hayes also singled in the first, drove home a run, stole a base, and then came back in the second with a sharp fly ball to center field for his out in that frame. And now a big hit could tie things up. That one inside, dust him off a little bit, back to even in the count. Or is it 2-0?
Yep, 2-0. 6-5 ball game. It's been a fun game to watch. A lot of fireworks.
Well, for this stage in the season, and I can't emphasize it enough because it feels like we should be middle way to three-quarters of the way through, and we're not. It's been a well-played ball game by both squads.
It has. Murphy coming in 2-1, the Maroon Devils at 2-2. So, again, early in the season in what we were talking about, a 14-game regular season, I believe.
Correct, yes. And the Maroon Devils 2-2, so they got 10 games to go, 9 after today. Hayes has that one called a strike, so he's back to 3-1, and there's ball 4. So the Maroon Devils cooking here in the fourth with a pair of base runners early on. Cooper Hyatt will bat. Hyatt is 1 for 2, had a fielder's choice in the second.
Yep, had a big RBI.
Solid double in the first to left field plate it a run. So a double right here would do wonders for us.
And Cooper very capable, 6 of 13 coming into this game, hitting .462 with 4 RBIs, 3 of 4 stolen bases, and right now a golden opportunity with no out.
First pitch was a strike from Hensley, and he steps off. Regroups himself, now back up. Hyatt digs in at the plate, down a strike to the big twirler from Murphy. And he swings and misses at that pitch. Looked like all-speed curveball. We were talking about that at the break. If he starts throwing that for strikes, then that just makes it even tougher on these Maroon Devil hitters.
Yeah, Dawson throwing just a lot of hard fastballs earlier, but now starting to mix it up, and that makes it tougher. No doubt about it, Toby. You're 100% correct.
Foul ball. Nice job by Cooper to foul that one off. And stay alive in this 0-2 count. Got to be defensive when you're down 0-2 right here. You need a ground ball somewhere to advance some base runners. You don't want to just strike out and not advance. You got to put the ball in play and try to advance the base runners. And that's a good idea of what he's trying to do right there, just trying to poke one to right field and move everybody up a base at least. And you can see the Bulldog defense has slid themselves in the outfield way towards right field, knowing that Hensley is throwing BBs up there, and Swain very unlikely to pull one that hard. There's one in the hole. Is it going to make it? No, but they got no play. They're going to try to throw to first. He is safe.
Everybody's safe.
And that was deep in the hole.
Good play over there, actually, by the shortstop, Jesse Kiphart. But that was just a long throw there, Toby. And fortunately for the Maroon Devils, Cooper Hyatt can run.
Well, and the key to that whole sequence, though, Gary, is Carson Taylor and Carter Hayes hustling to their base.
Right.
Taking that out of play for him. He can't. He doesn't have the easy throw. He has to make that long throw.
That's it.
And buying time for Cooper to beat that out. So tremendous job by all three runners to not take anything for granted. So now it's Griggs at the plate. Murphy's in on the infield except at second base, which is a little odd. So that tells Ronnie that if he hits a ground ball to second, he's going to score a run.
There's a foul ball, and you're right. Everybody's in tight except second base, and the base is loaded here with still no out.
0-2 count for Griggs as Hensley settled in and just throwing fastballs, pounding the zone right here with nobody out.
Ronnie has walked once and struck out once in his 2 appearances.
And there's a slow roller, and they have no play.
Had to go to first.
Had to go to first, and that's going to score the tying run. Well played. That's the importance of putting a ball in play in that situation is you get a shot at scoring that run.
And Carson broke immediately, so that gave the first baseman really no option except to tag the bag over there for the out.
Yeah, when you got a good lead and you can put pressure on base runners, it makes it really hard. Now Bryn Jackson, who grounded out to second, was hit by a pitch. That one's high and tight inside.
Bryn had a big RBI earlier in that big first inning. Both teams really had a lot of offense on that first inning.
Ground ball to second here by Bryn would give the Maroon Devils the lead back because the second baseman and shortstop are deep, and they will not have a throw to the plate.
6-6 tie here with 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th.
And that's what Jackson's trying to do, just hit something towards that first base side. In the hole between first and second would be great, but even if he gets it outside the reach of the first baseman, he's got to run home. Good at bat here by Bryn.
Oh, no doubt. Pitch a little bit high.
So big 3-1 count right here. Should get something to handle because you don't want to walk the bases full again. You definitely want to make Swain put it in play.
Ball 4. So that loads them up with 1 out. And again, still tied at 6-6 here in a big 4th inning. Big 4th inning as Will Jenkins will come to bat. And Will has been the guy with a good eye today. He's walked a couple of times.
He has, and he's come up in situations just like this in both those other occasions. Infield is back in the middle for the Bulldogs looking to try to turn 2 in at the corners.
Ooh, missing.
And he takes the ball.
Will is obviously, as we mentioned, with a good eye. 2 consecutive walks, and Murphy has got to be careful here with the bases loaded.
1 Maroon Devil run in, score tied now.
That one's in.
And you can't blame Jenkins for wanting to see a strike at this juncture of the game.
That's it. 1-1 count now with 1 down.
So from the stretch is Hensley. He's not even going from the
that one high and tight.
He's not going from the stretch, which means Carter Hayes over here can get a liberal lead. And that one's one of those, the Bulldogs have really buttoned up the pass ball wild pitch thing from the first inning. They've not had any since then.
There's another strike.
So 2-2 count. 1 out in this inning. On deck is Damian Lossy, who's 0 for 2 on the day.
Foul ball.
Jenkins jumps on that one, fouls it off. And now 2-2 still the count. Good hole in the 5-6 hole between third and short still to work with. Same at first.
Yeah, both teams have been very fortunate to get the bat on the ball a lot today.
And that one misses high. So do or die pitch here for the Bulldogs. Full count, 3-2, 1 out in bases juiced for Will Jenkins.
Oh, we got him. Big
Called
pitch.
Strike on the outside corner gets him, and that's 2. So Lossy will now bat with the bases still full, and Maroon Devils can still score right here. A gapper from Lossy with good speed on the bases would plate 2 for sure.
No doubt. Cooper down at second base can go. Swing and a miss. In 2 trips today, Damian has got on with an error and struck out in 2 times. 6-6 tie.
That one's high. Hensley's missing when he misses high.
Missing high.
And what needs to happen is him to miss high in the zone one time.
He is throwing some heat.
Still coming from the windup here, which means runners can get a little bit bigger lead. There's right back up the middle. The Bulldogs have it played and will step on the base and then throw wildly on the 4th out. And the first baseman comes up injured out of that. So that's
kind of limping.
That's going to do it for the Maroon Devils in the 4th inning, but not before they tie the game back up. We're 6-all headed to the 5th. Isaac Cole will lead off the Bulldogs half of the 5th inning. We're knotted at 6 each. Cole on the day has popped out to short and has an infield single back up the middle.
Had a big RBI in their first inning. Both teams had big first innings in case a lot of folks are tuning in late. I know we had some technical issues, but both teams jumped on the ball on the scoreboard early. Ground ball to short.
Griggs can't come up with it cleanly. He just got that one stuck just a little bit in his belly as he brought it in, and it couldn't come off good. And that's unfortunate for the Maroon Devils because now Joe Swain bats, and Swain has been the hottest Bulldog on the day.
Boy.
And with a double in his first at bat that was crushed, and then a home run, deep home run to left center field in his last at bat.
Yeah, 2-run shot. And another home run swing there.
That's fortuitous. You take advantage of those swings.
Yes.
If you can. Isaac Cole leads away from first over there. Lillard straight home. That one's in the dirt. Carter Hayes, a good box up back there. Solid catcher.
Quick.
For the Maroon Devils. Blocked that one down and kept it in front of him. Kept that runner from advancing, and now it'll be Swain again with a 1-1 count.
Another big swing.
A good pitch by Lillard.
Yeah, no question about what Joe Swain is wanting to do. He wants to pound that ball, and he's done it well twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the question is, can they get another one by him? And they do.
Oh, pick out throw.
To first. Nicely done. Executed there. So big strikeout by Lillard of one of the more dangerous hitters that the Bulldogs have.
You said it.
And now it will bring up Braden Rumfelt. Rumfelt singled his last at bat right up the middle. He was the last batter that Ronnie Griggs faced in that third inning. And now he will see Gabe Lillard for the first time. Takes a look at that one, called strike. Will Carringer, the Bulldogs' left-handed hitter, only one in their lineup, awaits next on deck with one out.
So far, the Maroon Devil pitchers have been able to strike out 3 Bulldogs on the day.
Runner goes, no throw. I wonder.
Haven't seen a lot of strikeouts today, Toby. I think on the other side of the ledger, the Maroon Devils have struck out 4 times, again, to 3 for the Bulldogs. So both teams have been getting the bat on the ball.
So stolen base puts Cole in scoring position here. Good pitch with 0-2 count. Looked close to me. So back into the box is Braden Rumfelt. Curveball stays up. Hayes comes out of there and catches that.
I tell you, hats off to the guys behind the plate. That is
not easy.
That is a tough job.
It is absolutely a tough job. Fouled off out of play by Rumfelt, who will hit again here with 2 strikes. 2-2 count.
Rumfelt, an old name over in the Murphy-Hayesville area. A lot of athletes with that name have come up through the years.
Cole chased back by Lillard. And now Rumfelt sets back in. Fouled off again.
We appreciate the good work of Joe Holt, Taylor Holt, and Kent Maxey for getting all the camera work done here this afternoon.
Kent's got to get some hazard pay, man. They were about hitting him with that home run a minute ago.
He's going to have to start bringing his ball glove.
Knocked him off his perch. That one gets through, and they're going to wave.
Oh, here comes a big throw. Oh. Just couldn't make the catch at home plate, but boy, that was a rocket throw from center field by the Maroon Devils.
So a single by Rumfelt drives home that run. Unfortunately for Carter Hayes, he couldn't come up with that. He was trying to tag before he caught it.
That's it.
Because he had him dead to right.
He did. That was an outstanding throw from deep center field.
And in the Rosman game that we did last week, Cooper Hyatt also threw a runner out at home with a laser from center field. So we knew he had the arm.
Yes, he has the arm.
Hayes.
Good block.
Blocks that one up. This is Will Carringer, their second baseman. He's walked and struck out on the day.
Carringer, not a bad stick at 286 in 3 games.
With the top half of the Bulldog order lurking in the on-deck circle.
And we know what they bring. I think the first 5 hitters are all in the 500 batting average range.
2-0 count for Lillard now, working against. There's a ground ball to Woodard. scoops that one up, throw to first, got him.
So 2 out, runner on third with a 7-6 Murphy lead.
So that'll bring Peyton McCracken to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Flew out to right field. He grounded out to second, and he singled to right field. So everything for McCracken is went to the right side of the diamond. But I suspect pretty heavily that's where the Maroon Devils have pitched him for the most part, is away.
Yep, pitching him out.
So Lillard from the stretch gets ahead. Knee-high fastball on the inner half, it looked like, from here.
Braden Runfelt still down at third base for Murphy now with 2 out and an 0-1 count.
Yeah, he's a pass ball, wild pitch away from scoring again.
Yes.
Lillard curveball misses high. It's kind of important that Gabe continue to throw it, even if he's not really throwing it for a strike sometimes, because it does at least change velocity. You can't just sit on it.
Yeah, another good block in there behind the plate. Yeah, both these teams, more games coming up this week. Swain will be at Andrews tomorrow. Murphy will be hosting Hiawassee Dam tomorrow. And then, wouldn't you know, coming up on Friday, Murphy will be hosting these same Maroon Devils on Friday. A lot of baseball this week.
Cracking swing and a miss. So there's 2 strikes for the Maroon Devils now, I think. Or am I wrong again?
2-2 should be with 2 out.
I'm having a hard time with my internal coaching clock staying up to date with the scoreboard.
Oh, there's a foul ball. Well,
good pitch that time from Lillard. He kept that on the lower outer half of the plate and made McCracken dip for that.
If it wasn't 2-2 before, it definitely is now. 2-2 with 2 out.
And now it's a slow roller.
Good cover.
And nicely done to end that half of the inning. But not before the Bulldogs get back on top, as they now lead at 7-6. Maroon Devils coming to bat. Top of the order for the Maroon Devils here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll be Gabe Lillard for Swain. He is 1 for 2 on the day.
Gabe coming into this game, again, an outstanding 7.14 average. Hits that one a mile high, but is it playable? Yes. First baseman who kind of came up limping after his last play in the field. Briggs Cornwell over there making a good play over at first base.
So that's going to bring up Cameron Blankenship now. Blankenship is 0 for 2. He reached in the first when he was hit by a pitch and came around to score for the Maroon Devils. Since then, he's grounded out and struck out. So Blankenship will look to get things going. There's a bunt.
Ooh, just foul.
And I think if he'd got that down, to be honest with you, he'd have been on because that was a good placement for that.
Yeah, and he can fly. Again, another one of those athletes, and I know I keep talking about this, but a young man who can play so many sports and play them well.
So he's down a strike now to Hensley, the flamethrower from Murphy.
He does bring it. Ground ball to first. Oh, it gets by. That's going to be at least a base. And did the Olay swipe out over at first base, but that took a big hop and got through.
It did. And that's going to bring up Carson Taylor. Taylor doubled his last time up and drove in, scored a run. And he walked back in the second and flew out to left in the first. So Blankenship now is going to make it to second on the errant throw over on the pickoff attempt.
Yeah, that pickoff attempt went south for the Murphy Bulldogs. So now Cameron Blankenship in scoring position for the Maroon Devils. And Cameron, obviously, very good on the base paths. 3 of 4 in stolen base attempts, and now he's down at second base.
Funny thing about that play, Gary, is Carson Taylor was still outside the box looking at the sign.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, ball gets through. Cameron easily down to third base. But yeah, I'm not sure why you do the pickoff with a batter not in the box.
So we got one ball.
And a runner at third.
We don't know what the count is. I think it's one ball.
I think it's 1-0 with no out.
Infield is back. So in the middle, they will concede the run.
Yeah, there is one out. So
corners are pinched in, though, and the outfield, as we mentioned before, is swung around to right field. Anything down the left field line, you're going to be able to run for a while. But pulling Hensley's a tall order.
Yes.
And that one missed high. Not real sure what our count is. He fouled one back. So I'm thinking 2-1.
2-1 probably.
Maybe 3-1. I don't know.
And Carson Taylor has the power to bring it around. That one low.
There it
ball
is.
Gets through. Run's going to score. And Cameron Blankenship slides in easily as they can't connect on the throw back to the plate on the play. So now the run is in with one out.
And now the Maroon Devils look to start all over again, and we're tied up at 7.
7-7.
Carson Taylor, that should have been ball 3 or ball 4. 3-1 has to be the count now if he's still hitting.
So yeah, 3-1. We got the look from the umpire there. 3-1. And again, one out. He took that one. That makes the count run full.
Yep. So the Maroon Devils played a run without putting a ball in play. That's about as efficient as you're going to get.
No doubt. Cameron Blankenship, some great running. And ooh, that's a call third strike.
We think, yes.
Yes. So 2 down now. Base is empty, and that's going to bring up Carter Hayes.
Hayes, a good day so far. He's 1 for 2. He drew a walk back in the 4th, flew out to center field, and singled, stole a base, came around to score, and drove in a run back in the first inning where the Maroon Devils were so active.
Yeah, we had, what did we have, 4 runs in the first? 4 or 5? 5 runs, yeah.
So Hayes at the plate, lefty, the only lefty in the Maroon Devils lineup today, swing and a miss.
Big swing.
And so he's back to even. The umpire must have just said stop keeping balls and strikes on the scoreboard. They've not even attempted it since the start of this inning.
Ground ball in play.
Got coverage.
Oh, he missed
safe.
the bag. He missed the bag. Pitcher coming over there. Dawson Hensley made a good run over there, but the throw would not allow him to get his foot on the base.
So 2 huge miscues by the Bulldogs here in this top half of the 5th. One has led to a Maroon Devil run, and the other one now for the Maroon Devils here and keeps the inning alive. Adds more pitches to Hensley's pitch count, which is big as well. And it'll be Cooper Hyatt for the Maroon Devils. Hyde, a good day, 2 for 3.
Good day at the plate and in the field.
Another ball.
That gets by, so hustling on down to second base is going to be Carter. So
and we've seen this before.
No doubt.
So a base hit by Cooper Hyatt right here will plate the go-ahead run in all likelihood, unless it's just right at somebody. Hayes with decent wheels at second.
Pitch high for a ball.
Able to get a decent lead as well. So anything that Cooper Hyatt hits in a gap to the outfield should score him.
Yes. Infield playing back.
And I think we're 3-0.
Yep, 3-0. That pitch low.
On deck is Ronnie Griggs for the Maroon Devil, who's 0 for 2. He walked back in the first. So Hyatt with a green light right here, perhaps at 3-0.
I would think got a scoring run at second. Pitch high for a ball. Ball 4. So Cooper on again.
And now it'll be Griggs.
Ronnie Griggs got a free pass his first time up today.
He also swiped a base in that first inning. Well, led to a run eventually. So, again, a gapper right here, and there's good speed on the base pass for the Maroon Devils. Good cut by Griggs.
Big cut. Ronnie wanted all that one. And you're right, Toby. Good base runners on at first and second for any kind of ball put in play.
0-1 count. Hensley deals 0-2.
Another big cut.
So now a big hole.
So 2 out, 2 on. Ronnie steps out of the box here for a minute. Stepping off the rubber out there also Dawson Hensley, who has come on to pitch and has done pretty well.
0-2 pitch.
Ooh, got him. And so we leave some more runners on base for the last 2 innings. And Toby, those sting. But again, what a tight ball game we have.
We're tied at 7 by my book, so I hope that's correct. We'll go to the top half of the 6th. The Bulldogs will hit 2, 3, and 4 coming up. I'm pretty sure it's 7. So Murphy will go to bat here in the top half of the 6th inning. Game tied at 7, despite what the scoreboard says, we think. Lillard to pitch it for the Maroon Devils. High, hopper, grit.
Oh, my goodness. Tough play.
That was a tough play. You had to hurry it.
Yep.
And Ronnie having a tough time with the internal clock today. Just going at a little faster pace than he probably needs to go.
Yeah, I think he kind of popped himself in the mouth there. He may have to wipe off a little blood and hang in there. But
he's not above that.
He's a tough kid.
So here's Hensley, who laced a single to left field his last at bat. The first 2 at bats were all to the right side. And you called it. We got a little blood.
Yeah, I could tell. I couldn't tell if he. I think he might have actually clipped himself in the mouth as he was trying to go up and make a play on that ball. I'm not sure I've seen a ball hop that high.
That was
man. I mean, that ball was what, 15 feet up?
Oh, goodness sakes. That was a turf hop, if ever there was one on no turf. That's just hard ground right there. Let's see. Tomorrow, the Maroon Devils are going to we are.
We got all kind of stuff going on this week, Tubby. I know today the girls' wrestling team on the road. Coming up tomorrow, baseball at Andrews, and that's a big game. Andrews 3-2. They're right ahead of us in percentage points. Wrestling is going to be at home versus Andrews and Smoky Mountain.
We've got both of those on the Maroon Devils Network.
All right.
Coming your way.
So then
starting at 5:30.
5:30 tomorrow with wrestling. Then on Wednesday, track is going to be at Andrews. Then on Thursday, track continues their road trip. They go to Enka, and then wrestling is going to be at Rosman on Thursday. Then on Friday, this baseball team will go to Murphy and play these Murphy Bulldogs again. And girls wrestling Friday will be at Mitchell. So there's something every day.
Oh, it's a busy place, I'm telling you. Used to be a time when we could just say, well, we play tomorrow.
Right.
And get it all done. But now we've got to print out a daggum calendar and bring it with me to know where everybody's at.
This year has been one like no other, and I'll be honest, in my own humble opinion, I hope we never see a year like this again.
Me and you both.
We want things as normal as possible next year, and I know in a lot of ranks, people are working on next year already to make that happen.
Well, as we turn to action here, Dawson Hensley is going to lead it or hit here in this situation. He is the Bulldog pitcher, and Hensley laced a single to left field last at bat. Leading off of it first is Kephart, and this game is tied. He's going for the fence. That's popped up.
That's trouble. Oh, what a catch by Cooper High. Cooper laid out on the grass. He pulled that one off the top of the grass, laid out.
What a catch, Cooper.
I'd love to see an instant replay on that. So
what a catch.
That was great. That was great.
It was in the Bermuda Triangle out there of no man's land. Everybody's looking at each other like, that's your ball, right? It's your ball.
That's what I was saying. That's trouble. That's trouble.
And Cooper just came from nowhere to pick it up off the grass. Wow. Well played.
Wow.
So that's going to bring Briggs Cornwell to bat. He's singled and home.
Just today, but that one by Cooper, I think, is so far the play of the day.
Yeah, that one wins the day.
Man, we've seen a couple out there by Carson Taylor who made a couple of good plays.
That's true.
Man.
Good outfield play today by the Maroon Devils.
Outstanding.
Cornwell struck out his last at bat, so another strikeout here would be wonderful to the Swain cause. That one misses a little bit high, so we're 1-1 now on your count. Still leading off over there at first is Jesse Kephart, who reached on the high hopper.
Oh, boy, extremely high.
There's a shot. That's going to get down in center field. But they stop at second.
Good play by Cooper on the defense. And as we know, Cornwell was capable of hitting him out. He knocked one out earlier.
So now we got Caleb Allen, who struggled the most out of all the Murphy hitters in this section of the order. He's reached on an error, he's grounded out, and he hit a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. And so he's 0 for 2 on the day, but looks to fall into that mold of the Bulldogs of really wanting to yank everything as hard as he can over to this side of the field.
And Allen has a big bat too, Toby, coming into this game hitting .545.
He's a little bit open with his stance as well. Lillard had one strike on the swing and a miss. That one misses down low on the curveball.
7-7 tie. Murphy threatening here with runners at first and second.
Lillard's pitch in the dirt. Great box up back there by Carter Hayes.
And, you know, the catchers for both teams today, Toby, as we've seen, have really worked hard. Both catchers have been put to the test a lot.
No doubt about it. It's been brutal back there at times for both of them.
Yes.
And Hayes has been tremendous. That's going to be Woodard drifting back. He's got it.
Got it. Got to get up throwing, though.
He's all right.
Yep. 2 out.
Nice play out there by Woodard.
That was a tough play. Again, that was in no man's land. Carson Taylor was coming on, and he's like, hey, I might have had that one. So, what a good play.
So that's going to bring up Cole with 2 outs now and runners in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Isaac Cole on the day has a single in the first as an infield single, and then has kept everything else on the infield. Lossy on the run, and great hustle over there by Damian Lossy. He can't come up with it, but what an effort.
Oh, what a great attempt. And he's quick. Not many guys would have even had a chance at that.
Carson Taylor scolded him for missing it.
like Carson would have got that one, you know. But, hey, Carson was after it. I'll give him credit. Damian, so quick with his feet. He's, I think, shaking up a little bit. Kind of rubbing himself on the – can't tell if it's his shoulder or his arm. Kind of tweaked it, looks like.
Cole set. There's a shot back up the middle. I think that's going to hold up enough for Cooper to get that, and he does. Indeed. And that's going to end the Bulldog half of the 6th with no runs crossing the plate thanks to some excellent play out there by Cooper Hyatt. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the 6th, tied at 7. Even though the scoreboard doesn't say that.
Yeah, where's –
Now the Maroon Devils open the bottom of the 6th with their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Bryn Jackson fouls that one off his foot. Will Jenkins is on deck, and Damian Lossy will follow him. 7-7 your score.
Man, good game.
It has been a dandy from the get-go.
Most of these runs for both teams came in the first inning.
Yeah, and both teams just kept throwing haymakers at each other there in the first inning. That's, honestly, that's what we've grown to expect from a Murphy Swain game.
Yeah. We talked about that from the top of the pregame. Always a great rivalry, and you look at the records. Maroon Devils 2-2, Murphy 2-1. There you go.
Ooh,
that's close.
It's a good-looking pitch. 0-2. So 1-2 now for Jackson. Jackson has walked, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out, but his ground out drove home a run back in the first for the Devils.
Oh, we got him. And again, Dawson Hensley, once he came in after the first 2 pitchers, this is the 3rd Murphy pitcher on the day, by the way. He has been really solid.
He and Lillard kind of settled things down, when they came in the ball game. Everything kind of went back to normal, so to speak, for both teams, and they've really done a great job on the mound for both their teams. Will Jenkins, rather. Sorry about that. Bats now. He struck out back in the 4th inning and walked the 2 previous times.
Yep.
So Jenkins will now hit one down in the 6th for the Devils. And that one is fair.
It's in.
That's a fair ball.
It's going to be at least a single. He's going to hold it first.
Man, how good would that have been last inning with the bases loaded?
With no doubt. Maroon Devils had bases, a lot of base runners the last 2 innings, but not a lot of those scoring.
Counted.
Five runners left on base.
So Damian Lossy hits now. He is 0 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error, struck out, and grounded out. So big at bat right here from Lossy.
Big swing.
It's a good cut for 0-0 pitch. A good long swing. You're able to take those a whole lot more when you're ahead in the count. And that was a good time for it right there.
That one out of play on the first base side.
So 0-2 now your count for Lossy. And we've turned the scoreboard off completely now, so we've just given up on it.
Score is 7-7. Good ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
0-2 pitch on its way.
And
that's going to do it.
So 2 strikeouts this inning, and we haven't seen many of those this entire afternoon, Toby. Not a whole lot of back-to-back strikeouts. As now the Maroon Devils will go to the top of the lineup, and Gabe Lillard.
So the umpire is headed over towards the Swain bench for something. Let's see what he's wanting. He's wanting some baseballs. We finally got him in, and he's ready to go.
Yep, we've had a couple fouled off over there. And it's always good to have somebody go track those foul balls and get them back into play, get them back so we can use them again.
Lillard on the day singled to open the ball game and came around and scored. And after that, he walked, flew out to deep center field, and popped up to the first baseman. And so Lillard, arguably the hottest Maroon Devil hitter.
He's had a good day, and has also come on to pitch some good efforts. There's another high hopper, easy play at third though.
And that's
so we leave another one on base.
That's going to end it for the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Maroon Devils and Bulldogs go to the 7th, tied at 7. Top of the 7th. Here we go. Exciting time.
Great game.
Swain, the batter, and he has homered deep to left field and doubled deep to left field and struck out once. So crucial out right here for Gabe Lillard and the Maroon Devils to lead off the top half of the 7th inning.
So Kent Maxey better be on his toes out there because that last one was a 2-run shot.
Yeah, that one was the one that almost hit Kent.
Yes. So 7-7 in the 7th.
And that's just exactly what you'd like for him to do.
Yes.
Just fist that one off weakly over to Damien at first and get out of this his at bat. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Bulldogs, but honestly, it hasn't mattered all day long for either team. Everybody throughout the lineup has hit pretty well for both squads.
No doubt. Swain, as you mentioned, had a big double and a 2-run homer. Rumfeldt following up with him had an RBI in his last at bat. So yeah, they've had some activity.
So 2 strikes now on Swain. And let's see what Lillard goes to try to get him out. He's ahead in count 1 and 2, I believe. Yep.
Well hit.
Yep, that wasn't it.
Another high hopper between shortstop and third for a base hit.
So a solid single to left. To be 1 triple away from the cycle now for Mr. Swain. And that brings up Rumfeldt with nobody out. Rumfeldt has singled in his last 2 at-bats, once up the middle, and he lined softly out to short in the first. So let's see if he is going to try to advance the runner. They have a runner for Swain in over at first with a bunter if they're going to bat him. Well, he's swinging away on the first pitch. I can't get the number of the runner on first to see who's in for Swain.
And that's going to be Zachary Scogan, number 33.
So Scogan on to run for the catcher for the Bulldogs.
Ground ball.
Fisted.
Oh.
Jenkins tries to cut that off. Throw to first. Nice play by Will Jenkins. Good job by Lillard to cover up over there. So efficiently works as a bunt.
Yep, and that was his only option because the runner was coming hard to second. No play there at all.
Yeah, and the only thing for Will to do is cut that play off because it's going to be hard as heck for Ronnie to come full run from as deep as he was on that slow roller and make a play. So that was about the only thing Swain could do. So now it will be Will Carringer, who is 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out once, he struck out once, and he walked his other at bat. So runner on second now. Score tied, 7-7, 1 out. In the 7th inning, the Bulldogs have activity in their bullpen down there warming up.
Jesse Kephart is warming up. There's a hard shot at the middle. It's going to score a run, possibly. Here comes a great throw. Oh, the runner had to stop at third. Cooper shows what he can do. You don't want to run on him out there in center field.
Wow.
That was a good throw. That because he was rounding third, I think with the intention of scoring, Toby, but Cooper changed his mind.
Yeah, I think where the ball was hit changed the coach's mind too. And he'd seen that throw earlier, almost had somebody thrown out, and
yes.
Held him this time. Coach Tyler Schuler calling timeout here to come out and talk to the official behind the plate. So I'm curious as to what that's about. But he's asking for the 2 officials to get together and check something, maybe. Now he's going to go out and talk to his
talk to Gabe in the
now.
infield. Yeah.
And let's see. I don't know what pitching change could be imminent here. As we said, both teams with games tomorrow, so they got to be judicious with their pitchers at this juncture.
No doubt.
But we also made the point, too, that you got to chase second. Ever what you got to do to get there. You live to win today and worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
And right now, so many teams are in the running for that second spot. Hayesville right now in control at 5-0 in first place. But right now, fighting hard for second place, Murphy at 2-1, Andrews at 3-2, the Maroon Devils at 2-2, Rosman and Robbinsville right behind at 3-3. So a lot of teams in the race for that second spot.
Almost everybody, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
So we go back to the top half of the order now for the Bulldogs with Peyton McCracken, who's grounded out twice, flew out to right field once, and singled to right once. And
Dangerous hitter.
The Maroon Devils playing for a double play here. It looks like they're not in on the infield except at third and first. First pitch is fouled off by McCracken, the Bulldogs center fielder.
And I keep watching for Carringer to take off down to second.
It'd be tough throw for anybody for the Maroon Devils. Griggs and Woodard
Oh, right
There
over
it
the
is.
second base. There's a base hit. The run will score. Runner is rounding second and slides into third safely. It's going to be Carringer. And now it's going to be McCracken at second base as he drove in that 8-7 lead now for Murphy.
Well placed.
Yep, just a solid base hit right over second.
We talked about earlier the Bulldog hitters being smart enough to realize that Swain was getting ahead early in the count and finding that pitch away and just driving it right over the second baseman's head to score a run. So the Bulldogs retake the lead and are poised to add to that with runners on second and third, and Jesse Kephart at the plate. Kephart is 1 for 4 on the day. Curveball for a strike.
Kephart was warming up over there a little bit in the bullpen, but he has to come on to hit. He's a good hitter at .500.
That one's fouled off out of play over to the first base side.
And Kephart, if we go to the 8th inning, Toby, he may or may not come on. He's one of their best pitchers with a 1.91 ERA. He's one of the top dogs, if I can use that phrase.
Well, and again, they have one loss.
Yes.
So they need to chase second just like we do.
That's it. Every game's big. Oh, that one gets through. That one gets through. Runner coming, and he's going to score. So now a 9-7 Murphy lead, and the runner behind him, McCracken, comes on over to third. So the Maroon Devils have to settle down now, and we may see a change.
Man, we're going to see Carson Taylor come on to finish this thing out and try to stop the bleeding, so to speak, for the Maroon Devils here. Finley Crisp will check into right field for Taylor, and it looks like Griggs will check out at this juncture. And Carson Taylor will finish out this 7th inning with 1 out.
Again, a 2-run Murphy lead. Maroon Devils want to hold this down and give ourselves a chance in the bottom half of the inning.
Yeah, that's the key at this point, is limiting the damage and keeping yourself within striking distance so that the gap is not too big for you to feel like coming in that you got to overcome it. That again is the key, and tomorrow comes when tomorrow comes. You can't worry about it anymore. You got to do what you got to do.
That's it.
So we got Carson Taylor coming in from right field, and the key with Carson in the game last week against Rosman is he lives low in that zone with breaking pitches. So you're going to see a lot of balls in the dirt, and Carter Hayes did a tremendous job last Tuesday blocking everything, keeping everything in front of him. He took a beating, but he did a tremendous job in keeping it in front. And now with McCracken on third, that becomes a critical point in this ball game in terms of what happens with Carson and being able to work these Bulldog hitters. He's going to face Kephart still, and Hensley following that with 1 out. So some big hitters coming up.
No doubt.
For the Bulldogs, and Swain's got to keep this run right where it is. And there's one that bounced. You could see it yourself on the warm-up pitches. That is something in Carson's arsenal as part of what he does, is trying to own the lower part of that strike zone.
And you're right, Toby. A 2-run lead is one thing, but you start getting to 3 and 4 runs.
Yeah.
That to me, that's a whole different mindset.
It's a big mountain to overcome.
It is.
But on the plus side for the Maroon Devils, they'll have 2, 3, 4 coming up in that bottom of 7th inning.
Yes.
So the right part of the order coming up for the Maroon Devils to try to do some rallying here behind this 7th inning. Now it'll be up to Carson to stop this bleeding. And infield, Lillard moves to short. Woodard's still on second. They're going to bring everybody in and take a shot at home if there's a ground ball. With Taylor pitching, I don't know what the count is, but he inherits the count. Curveball on the outer half.
He went after that one.
We had 2 strikes on him, so that's huge.
That's a big out.
Curveball on the outer half, and as we said, Carson's ability to relax with Hayes behind the plate and throw his pitch and not have to worry about it getting by was huge in that particular bat.
No doubt.
Now you go after Hensley. With him, you can go and try to make him hit your pitch
Ooh, and he hit it, but it's going to hang up. It's high. It's going to be playable.
And that's Crisp out there with the catch, and that's going to do it. But the Bulldogs get 2.
Yep.
And so they take a 9-7 lead. Our Maroon Devils coming to bat here in the bottom of the 7th, do or die time. So here we are. It's brass tacks, folks. Last gasp for the Maroon Devils. Bottom of the 7th, they trail it by 2. Hensley back on for the 7th. Blankenship, the number 2 hole in the Maroon Devils lineup, bats. We'll have Blankenship followed by Carson Taylor and then Carter Hayes. And I believe we had a defensive substitution on the Murphy side.
Yeah, going down to second base now is going to be Carringer, Will Carringer down a second. So this is, hey, it's now or never, do or die, as you mentioned, Toby. 3 outs away from a Murphy win, or can the Maroon Devils tie it up or even win it here on the bottom of the 7th?
0-2 count. Popped up. Go ahead.
High. Shortstop comes on and puts the out number 1. So 1 down. But again, Carson Taylor has a big bat for the Maroon Devils this season. He has been hitting the ball very, very well. 462, 6 of 13 coming into this game with 7 RBIs. And now the Murphy coach, head coach Adam Klotz, wants to talk to his folks on the infield.
Interesting timeout.
Yes.
I'm not sure what you discussed that you hadn't already just discussed with them.
Yeah. I would think on how to pitch Carson Taylor. I'm just guessing. I would be very careful with his kind of power in a 2-run game.
Yeah, well, the key right here is not to walk him.
Right.
Because at this juncture, they're going to make the pitching change. At this juncture, a solo homer doesn't put Swain on top. They're still down a run. So,
Jesse Kephart is going to come on and throw. He was warming up a little bit last inning, so he's going to follow the Maroon Devil plan here. He's probably going to come on and try to get the side out, as we saw Carson Taylor do against Murphy last inning, or in the top half of the 7th.
So let's see, what does that do for defensively? It means that it's Hensley back to left where he started the game, and the shortstop is the pitcher now. So somebody moved. It'd be Isaac Cole. Is that right?
Let's see.
Yeah, Cole will move to short maybe.
I think you're probably right. Let's see what they do
with the defensive change that they made with the insertion of 44 into second base.
Yeah, Carringer's a second. So, yes, Cole should be at shortstop. And, of course, over at first base is Briggs Cornwell.
Funky delivery by
Kephart.
Kephart here.
And, again, he's had some work this year so far. And, again, only 3 games, but in his pitching efforts, a 1.91 ERA coming into this game.
So brass tacks for the Maroon Devils. They trail it 9-7. They have 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. They're last at bat unless they can rally with 2 runs or 3.
That's it.
We were discussing how cool it would be to have a walk-off, so let's do that.
3 to win. 2 to tie, 3 to win.
All for it. And they have
1 out.
Carson Taylor batting. He's the number 3 hitter in the lineup. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a double and scored a run in the 4th after he doubled. Prior to that, he struck out, grounded out, and flew out to left field. So Taylor now batting against Kephart. First pitch, strike 1.
Carter Hayes on deck. Got to get some bats on some pitches here. Oh,
like
well
that.
hit. Right up the middle. Base hit. And talking about Carter Hayes, Carter has put a bat on the ball every time except when he was issued a walk.
That's correct. He flew out to center field. He singled to left, and he hit a ground ball that the pitcher did not get to first when he was covering back in the 4th inning.
Carter only a freshman.
And that's high.
And I tell you what, to be a catcher as a freshman says a lot.
He's solid behind the plate.
He is.
He's very solid back there. And like I said, it was key for Carson back in that last inning to know that Carter had that outside corner and he could throw it where he needed to throw it to get that strikeout. That was big.
It was.
And being able to trust your catcher to know that you can throw that, and if you miss it, that he's going to block it up with a runner on third, that's huge.
Yep, he's got your back. Carson, big lead over at first.
So 2-1 count now.
Boy, just barely missing.
He's missing on the outer half for Carter. Carter takes one down the third baseline. He can run for a little while because the third baseman is over towards the shortstop gap.
Got that one in for a strike. And again, Jesse Kephart on to pitch now for the Murphy Bulldogs here on the bottom of the 7th with a 9-7 Murphy lead.
Their 4th pitcher of the day.
Pitch inside, missing this time.
Maroon Devils have used 3 pitchers on their day. So 3-2 count, I believe, here for Hayes.
Ooh, well
Laced.
hit. Well hit. Oh, center fielder made a great catch for the Murphy Bulldogs. He was off balance, but stayed with it just long enough to catch that one out in right center field. That one could have been big if it got through.
I think that's still McCracken out there. He's a heck of an athlete, folks. That was a great play on his part.
Yeah, Peyton McCracken.
Saved their butt.
Yeah, 2 out.
Probably could have scored a run out of that if he'd got by him.
Oh, no doubt. I think Carson could have scored. 2 out now.
Cooper Hyde at the plate. He's 2 for 3.
Cooper very capable.
Good time for a 2-run homer.
Oh, no doubt. Cooper had a big double his first time up, drove in a run in the first inning. Ball in play. Slow roller to second. Going to have to hurry. Got him. And I'm afraid that's the ball game, and it's going to go Murphy's way here, Toby, at 9-7.
Yeah, but you know what? It was a good game.
It was.
Both teams played pretty well for this early in the season, and they've got to turn around and do it again tomorrow. That's the tough part about the Smoky Mountain Conference is both of them got to line up and go at it again tomorrow, and they got to figure out some sort of pitching to make that work so they can stay competitive. Swain, as you said, goes to Andrews, and Murphy will host Hiwassee Dam in Cherokee County rivalry game there. That's always big for Hiwassee Dam and Murphy to get together over there in the conference, the county championships, if you will. Andrews as well. So 2 big games, and coaches will have to put their heads together and figure out pitching for tomorrow because they've used quite a bit of their pitching today in a must-win situation. But the Bulldogs scoring 2 in the top half of the 7th, and our Maroon Devils unable to answer in the bottom half of the 7th. Puts the Dogs on top 9-7 in what's been a good ball game.
Oh, it really has. And the ironic thing, too, is these two teams meet again this Friday weather permitting. So who knows? I think it's going to be a fun game again at Murphy Friday.
I started to say, if you're at Murphy watching today, get out next Friday and check that out. It's been a good game. I think you'll be highly entertained. Both teams got after each other, as we've grown to expect from Murphy and Swain, but should be a good outing Friday for another good game. So if you get a chance to be in the Murphy neighborhood, check that one out. We appreciate you joining us. Oh, hey, Kent. Kent's on top of Coach White's trailer out there.
Doing a good job as always.
We will be with you again tomorrow for wrestling action as Andrews and Smoky Mountain are in town. That one will get underway at 5:30 tomorrow on the Maroon Devils Network. So if you can't make the contest in person, check us out on the Maroon Devils Network tomorrow at 5:30. Thanks for joining us. For Gary and myself and our whole crew, appreciate you being with us today. We'll see you down the line.